What's the most terrifying thing you've seen in real life?
It was well past midnight, and I was making my way home after a long day at work. Little did I know that this seemingly mundane journey would soon descend into pure terror. The street lights flickered intermittently, casting fleeting shadows that danced eerily along the walls. The air was thick with an ominous stillness, broken only by occasional gusts of wind that rustled the leaves on the trees. It felt as if the city itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen, something sinister. My rational mind began to dismiss these feelings as mere exhaustion, but every fiber of my being screamed that I was being watched. I quickened my pace, my heart racing in my chest like an uncontrollable drumbeat. Every corner I turned seemed to unleash new specters of fear, lurking in the shadows waiting to pounce. And then, out of the darkness ahead, I saw a figure emerge. Its movements were jerky and unnatural, its silhouette distorted. As it drew closer, my stomach twisted into a knot of dread. The figure wore a rabbit head, its large glassy eyes gleaming in the faint glow of the streetlight. Fear gripped me like a vice, robbing me of coherent thought. Without a second of hesitation, I turned on my heel, abandoning any hope of finding safety in the familiar streets. My only thought was to escape the horrifying rabbit-headed figure that was now chasing me. I sprinted through the maze of buildings, my footsteps pounding against the pavement, drowning out the sound of my own frantic breathing. Panic fueled my movements as the realization sank in that this chase was not a mere illusion. With each passing moment, the rabbit-headed man closed the distance between us, his haunting presence closing in on my terrified soul. As I raced through the city, I darted down narrow alleys and vaulted over fences, zigzagging in a desperate attempt to evade my pursuer. Sweat dampened my brow, mingling with the rain that had begun to fall, soaking me to the bone. But my fear outweighed any discomfort, and I pressed on, my legs burning, my chest heaving. Driven by an otherworldly energy, I outpaced the rabbit-headed man for a fleeting moment. Catching my breath, I dove into an abandoned building, seeking respite from both the physical and psychological torment. But as I crouched in darkness, I could hear his ragged breaths drawing nearer, his footsteps growing louder. There was no escape, no sanctuary in this God-forsaken place. Summoning every ounce of courage I had left, I burst back into the city streets. The world around me blurred as adrenaline surged through my veins, propelling me forward. I didn't know how much longer I could keep this frantic pace, but the determination to survive clawed at my core. Just as I felt my strength waning, I stumbled upon a small police station, its warm lights beckoning like a beacon of hope. As I stumbled through the doors, gasping for air, the rabbit-headed man seemed to vanish into thin air, leaving me bewildered and shaken to my core. To this day, I still can't explain what really happened that fateful night. Was it a terrifying hallucination brought on by stress and exhaustion? Or was it something far more sinister, lurking in the shadows of our everyday lives? Nonetheless, the memory of being chased by a man with a rabbit head at night serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the darkest nightmares are the ones we can't wake up from.